later. I'm in heaven. I must be in heaven. There's no alcohol here. So I'm Arlo Matthews, and I identify as an owl. That's old white lady. And you may wonder, how old is that lady? Well, I'll give you a hint. I have been married to my husband, handsome gentleman over there. I've known him for over 50 years.
Woo!
And people say, how do you do it, right? Half a century. Well, I'm Italian Catholic, and we do not believe in divorce. We believe in murder. All right, I'm not really gonna murder my husband. He's my ride home. But I am going to outlive him. And you know why? Because I'm not just Italian, I'm Sicilian. We live for spite. Now, I understand there's some racket going on here where you can go online and insult me for $2. You go right ahead. You go right ahead. You insult me, I'm gonna live another year, because I gotta live long enough to get you back. Every once in a while I crave a good insult to get my blood boiling, keep me going. When that happens, I call my Aunt Paolina. She still lives in the old country, Sicily. I called her up last week. I said, Aunt Paolina, things here in America, mezza. I might come over and stay with you in Sicily for a while. You know what that dear woman said to me? Una americana stunata, ma che idiota, non ti vale maca, fatini, vaffanculo. Oh, that's so sweet. You know what that means? May you live to be 100. Yeah. There's only one insult you don't want to hear from my family, and that's when they say, some on a beach. Now, I used to think they were mispronouncing a curse word, but it's not true. They are calling up a demon from the underworld. Summon a bitch. That took a minute, but you got it. So, lost my train of thought. Summon that bitch. Oh, so there's two reasons why we Sicilians live a long time, to start with anyway. One is spite, and the other is sorcery. But there's a third reason, it's very, very important, and that's that we have our own health care plan. It's not the ACA, and it's not an HMO. It's called the IGGA. It's gonna go away. You got a pain in your neck, you got a crick in your back, you got a fungus in your toe? My hey, what are you gonna do, go to the doctor? It's gonna go away! I mean, every once in a while I put my heritage to the side and I decide to get some medical attention. I'm always sorry. A couple of weeks ago I had a really bad earache. And I went to the doctor. He took his little otoscope and he looked in my ear and he said, that appears to be viral. It should resolve on its own in about 2 weeks. In other words, it's gonna go away. $437. Summon a bitch. See, that's the other great thing about the IGGA. It's a free, or as we like to say, there's no copay with the IGGA. There's no copay with the IGGA. Hey, mister, you got some kind of bump. I say, sister, you got some kind of lump. You've been sneezing, you've been wheezing all day, but it's just gonna go away. Hey, forget the emergency room and don't bother with your doctor on Zoom. You got everything you need to feel right, cause we're just gonna live for spite. There's no copay with the IGGA. Let me hear it. No copay with the IGGA. We don't need no shots, and we don't need no pills, and we don't get no doctor's bills. Thank you very much. So, now, after I talk about this or sing about this, a lot of people come up to me and they say, Arlo, your family sounds like my family, but my family's not Sicilian. And I'm like, oh yeah? I wouldn't be so sure. Because here's the thing. Over the centuries, literally everybody and their brother invaded Sicily. The Vikings, the Visigoths, the Moors, the Turks, the Romans, the Greeks, literally they all came, and there's a little bit of everybody in us, and that means there's a little bit of us in a whole lot of you. And I'm going to give you a little quiz to see if maybe you are a little bit Sicilian. 3 questions. Make some noise if your family has a secret that nobody's allowed to tell Grandma.
Hey.
Oh, hey, a little bit Sicilian. How about, do you enjoy having imaginary arguments in your head with people you haven't really spoken to in years? Oh, okay, a little bit Sicilian. All right, last one. Do you somewhere in the back of your head maybe have a list of people that, you wouldn't mind so much if they got whacked? Yeah! All right. If you made some noise for all 3, you meet me out front later, I'm going to buy you a pizza. Now, I even if you're not a little bit Sicilian, if you're like me and you're a boomer, you might still live a long time. You know why? Because we boomers, we grew up with risk. When I was a kid, there were no seatbelts in cars. And there were smoking sections on airplanes. And for some reason, nobody was allergic to peanuts. In fact, they serve peanuts in the smoking section of the airplane. And we are still here. And if there are any millennials or Gen Zs out there, I apologize. But it's good I'm still here. I don't want to die. And it's not that I'm afraid of death. It's just that death has lousy branding. I mean, who do they send as your death concierge? It's that Grim Reaper guy with a black hoodie. He's got a long, curvy tool with the saw teeth. And I looked it up. It's called a scythe. Like, what do you do with a scythe? Apparently, it's for cutting wheat or grass by hand. I mean, are we going to be doing yard work in the afterlife? I don't want to go. I just don't want to go. I mean, I might be getting older, but I'm not going anywhere soon. But I know I'm getting older. I know I'm getting older by what people call me. See, when you're a lady, up until you're about 40, people call you Miss. And that's okay, but it's a little bit condescending, but I'll take it. As soon as you turn 40, somehow everybody knows, and you start to get the ma'am. The damn ma'am. Ladies, do we like the ma'am? No, we don't like the ma'am. No. Look, when you go to the airport, it's like, check your bag, ma'am. Can I get your cocktail, ma'am? You're gonna be okay in the exit row, ma'am. Ugh, sickening. But when you get 60, it gets even worse. Because now you're no longer a man. You know what you are? Young lady. Young lady, yeah. You see, it's ironic, because you're not a young lady, you're an old lady. But everybody's a comedian, right? Like the folks up here, they write, they rehearse, they workshop, they rehearse again. You don't have to do any of that. Just join the TSA. May I see your ID today, young lady? Hilarious. Recently I found out this is an international phenomenon. Like I flew into Mexico, you know what they said to me? Bienvenida, señorita. Ha, ha, ha. I don't care what language it is, I know what you're saying. Hello, you old pile of dust. Well, now, it's not true if you're a man, right? If you're a guy, from 18 to the day you die, your name is Sir. Now, get that for you, sir? And I'll call you a cab, sir. Is the wine to your liking? Monsieur? Monsieur, that's French for sir. Right? Or in a less formal circumstance, you might be buddy, or pal, or chief, or boss. I like that, boss. And if you're a gay guy, your name is Girl. Hey, girl. In a good way, with a U and lots of R's. Right? Your gay friends call you girl, your girlfriends call you girl, and since heated rivalry, even your straight guy friends call you girl. Calm down, girl. For me, I'm just a young old lady. That's all I got. Anyway, like I say, I'm not infirm yet, I'm not dead yet, but I do suffer from 1 or 2 things that have to do with old age, and one of them is insomnia. Anybody have heard of a little insomnia? You have trouble getting to sleep sometimes? No? Oh, what a lucky crowd. Well, I sometimes have trouble getting to sleep. And so I thought to myself recently, I said, the kids, they get all the good bedtime books, right? All kinds of wonderful stories to go to sleep at night. And that's not fair. Not fair. So I went ahead and I wrote a book for me and my generation, and it's called Goodnight Boomer Room. And by the way, yes, this is a real book. It's on Amazon.com. And I'm going to read it to you now. Good night, husband with CPAP machine. Good night, moisturizer and retinol cream. Good night, old dog at my feet. And good night, dog farts in my sheets. Good night, red light mask for my face. And good night, Xanax, just in case. Good night to you, 10 milligram gummies. You make Seinfeld reruns still seem funny. Good night, mattress with memory foam. And good night, unread bedside tome. Good night, cardigan on a chair. Good night, minoxidil for my hair. Good night, Tums. Good night, Altoids. Good night, cream for hemorrhoids. Metamucil and Zucalax. Good night, group. I hope come morning I might poop. Good night, glass of bourbon with melting ice cube. Good night, vibrator and tube of lube. Good night, Gen Z. Good night, Gen X. I sure hope someone's having sex. Thank you very much. I'm Laura Matthews.
She makes it look good, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for Arlo. We have come